with Marianne Murphy, the Liberal candidate for the long-titled riding of Central Okanagan-Similkameen-Nicola. A first-time candidate, Marianne. First of all, your experience, how are you enjoying it?
I'm having a lot of fun, actually. It's a tremendous amount of hard work. People probably think that we pour it on in the last couple of weeks, but actually we've been working really hard for months. Sometimes a 15, 18-hour day to get everything done that we wanted, including knocking on 10,000 doors.
And what's that experience been like?
I love it, actually, and I wish I had a little more time to keep knocking on doors. You never know who's behind the door, what they have to tell you. A lot of people feeling very passionate about their country, about the future direction that we take, about their families. And sometimes, if I've been really lucky, their kids are with them at the door. And if the parents give their permission, I sometimes ask the kids what's on their mind. One little boy told me, he was probably 14 years old the other day, that he wanted to discuss the Scandinavian prison system with me.
Really?
Yeah, and other kids have talked to me about bullying, but a lot about climate and their concerns for the country too. So I'm listening to the whole family.
What's the number one issue you're hearing? I mean, you've talked to 10,000 people or 10,000 doors plus all of the all candidates forums, etc. What's the number one issue you're hearing from people?
Hands down, climate and environment. People lived through the summer speaking in a very anxious way that we'd have another smoke-filled July and August, thinking about what that does to their families, their vacations, their tourism businesses, their crops that are in the ground. Really lots of anxiety, and I think we were all surprised then in August, come the end of August, we hadn't had a fire yet, but of course we ended up with the opposite, a whole lot of rain.
So what's your response? What do you tell them when they say, I'm concerned about climate, I'm concerned about the environment? What's your response to that?
I tell them that I hope they'll take a very careful look at the Liberal climate plan, because I really believe in it. The centerpiece of all of it is carbon pricing, and the economists around the world say it's a must. It isn't the only thing, of course. We're also developing an arm's-length scientific panel. We're listening very carefully to the recommendations of the United Nations panels, both on climate and on biodiversity.
Now, the flip side of that, the argument is with that, plus infrastructure, etc., deficits running up, and money's got to come from somewhere.
Fair enough. A lot of people have asked about deficits, of course. I think the important thing to remember at this point in time, we have a AAA credit rating as a country, lowest unemployment in 40 years.
I'm in the voting booth on Monday. I look at the blank piece of paper with a number of names on it. I look at your name. Why should I put an X in the circle beside yours?
Well, first of all, I'd say thank you for asking. And second, I'd say, you know, I have a number of degrees, but the degrees aren't important. What's important is that I am thoughtful, thorough, and compassionate. I have a PhD in health and social policy. I've worked private sector, public sector, and at the United Nations. But the difference that makes in me as a candidate is to consider every part of this riding as important, to tend to the smaller centers, Merritt, Princeton, Karamias, that I feel have been very underrepresented in this riding. And I'm not a person who's afraid of hard work. If it takes hours and hours to get to where I want to take these communities as a representative, I'll do it.
Marianne Murphy, the Liberal candidate for Central Okanagan-Similkameen-Nicola. Good luck on Monday, Marianne.
Thank you.